Luke Bryan, a country music superstar and judge on American Idol, found himself at the heart of a social media controversy at the beginning of June 2025. This occurred as a result of his impromptu statements about Upstate New York that he made during a promotional event for his Mind of a Country Boy tour. What was initially a humorous remark about the climate and rural atmosphere of the area quickly became a contentious issue that spread like wildfire throughout the internet, with both supporters and detractors taking to various forums to express their opinions. As a result of the incident, not only was Bryan's ability to stir up controversy brought to light, but it also sparked a wider discussion about the influence of celebrities, regional prejudices, and the ability of social media to amplify offhand remarks. This article dives into the sequence of circumstances that precipitated the viral moment, the aftermath of the occurrence, and the repercussions it had on Bryan's professional life and public image. Commentary made by Bryan at a tour stop served as the spark. Luke Bryan gave a performance at the St. Joseph's Health Amphitheater at Lakeview in Syracuse, New York, on June 3, 2025. This performance was a part of his current tour. Bryan was questioned about his experiences performing in upstate New York during a pre-show question and answer session with members of the local media and fans. He answered with a remark that was known for his light-hearted and down-to-earth personality. He said, "Man, upstate New York has that stuck in a snow globe vibe. Cows, cold, and not much else. I would much prefer be fishing in Georgia than kicking back and relaxing up here." Although the audience chuckled, the comment, which was captured by a local radio station and then shared on, swiftly spread beyond the confines of the event. Over 2 million people had watched the video by the time the next morning rolled around, and hashtags such as Luke Hates Upstate and NY Country Boy were trending all over the internet. People who live in the upstate region of New York, who are proud of their region's natural beauty, small-town charm, and strong music scene, took offense to what they perceived to be contemptuous stereotyping. One of the posts, which received 10,000 likes, stated that Luke Bryan's characterization of upstate New York as cows and cold is the epitome of ignorance. Bet that he wouldn't make it through a single day at a tailgate in Syracuse or on the Adirondack trails. Bryan was backed by others, who said that his message was a jest that was not harmful. One person posted, "You all need to chill out right now. Luke is simply joking around like this. He has been playing upstate for a very long time. It is obvious that he does not despise it." Luke Bryan, who was born and raised in Georgia, has long been known to celebrate his Southern heritage via his music. His songs Huntin', Fishin' and Lovin' Every Day and Country Girl, Shake It For Me are examples of songs that celebrate rural life. Although he has done a significant amount of touring in the state of New York, including trips in Syracuse, Albany, and Buffalo, his remarks about the state of New York's upstate region were not completely out of character. When Bryan is trying to connect with audiences, he frequently uses humor to do so. He has a history of making light of geographical differences. During an interview in the year 2023, he made a joke about buffalo wings being overrated in comparison to Southern BBQ, which additionally prompted some little controversy. However, people of upstate New York are adamant in their defense of the distinctive cultural identity that they possess. The region incorporates urban locations like Syracuse, Rochester, and Albany, in addition to more rural places such as the Finger Lakes and the Adirondacks. It is well known for its picturesque scenery, artisan breweries, and music enthusiasts who are passionate about their favorite music. This diversity was disregarded by Bryan's assumption about cows and cold, which struck a chord with residents who felt that their country was reduced to a caricature. Both outrage and memes contributed to the rapid dissemination of the viral video throughout Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Upstate New Yorkers replied with a mixture of comedy and outrage, creating videos that showcased the region's charms. Some examples of these videos include apple orchards, Lake Placid's Olympic heritage, and bustling farmers markets. One user on TikTok spliced together a footage of Luke Bryan with a montage of the fall foliage in upstate New York, and they captioned it, "This is what Luke Bryan is missing out on. In the meantime, users submitted photographs of Luke Bryan concerts in Syracuse that were quite well attended, drawing attention to the irony. There was an opinion piece published in the Syracuse Post-Standard with the heading "Luke Bryan's Upstate Diss Misses the Mark," and Rochester's WROC-TV urged people to share what they love about Upstate New York, which resulted in thousands of answers. Additionally, Governor Kathy Hochul expressed her opinion on the matter by commenting on her Facebook page, "Luke Bryan, come back to Upstate New York, and we'll show you what lovin' every day really looks like." This tweet received 15,000 likes, which further escalated the discourse that was taking place. Bryan's management initially chose to remain silent, but the anger increased when a follow-up clip emerged from the same question and answer session. In the clip, Bryan doubled down on his previous statement, stating, "We all got some die-hard fans up here, but I'm telling ya, it's a trek to get to these shows. It is as if I am driving to the land of Narnia." This comment, which was taken to be a mockery of Upstate's accessibility, increased the intensity of the situation. As of the 5th of June, 2025, began trending, albeit the focus was less on canceling him, and more on fans seeking an apology. Bryan's reaction and attempts to repair the damage. On the 6th of June 2025, Bryan addressed the topic with the use of Instagram Live. He was accompanied by his tour van, which prominently featured a sticker of the constellation Syracuse. He began by saying, "All right, all of you, let's get this straight. I adore going to Upstate New York." Those remarks were nothing more than me being a fool and attempting to make people laugh. I have been performing events in this area for many years. You guys are among the most dedicated fans in the world. Please continue to invite me back, and I will continue to come. Additionally, he lauded the craft beer sector in the upstate region and pledged to sample a local IPA during his subsequent visit to Albany. Fans commented, "That's the Luke we know," and apology accepted. Now bring that tour back to Syracuse, in response to the apology, which was positively welcomed by some of them. Some people, on the other hand, thought that it was too ambiguous and did not provide a direct acknowledgement of the preconceptions that he reinforced. The emotion was beautifully summed up in a post that said, "Luke's apology is fine, but calling Upstate Narnia ain't it? Take responsibility for your error, buddy." It appears that his core fans was unmoved by the situation, as evidenced by the fact that ticket sales for his future gigs in Buffalo and Saratoga Springs remained significant despite the varied reactions. When viewed in a broader context, the influence of celebrities and regional pride. The event highlighted the ability of social media to amplify the mistakes of celebrities, particularly when such mistakes involve touching on the pride of a particular region. Residents of upstate New York, who are sometimes eclipsed by New York City in popular culture, took advantage of the dispute to bring attention to the distinctive identity of their region. Local businesses took advantage of the situation by offering Luke Bryan specials. Think of cocktails like Cold Cows, and by hosting Upstate Pride playlists on their radio stations. These playlists featured singers such as the Zac Brown Band and Chris Stapleton, who have previously lauded the region. The scandal served as a timely reminder to Bryan of the delicate balance that celebrities must maintain in this day and age of viral material. It is possible for his fun persona, which is an essential component of his brand, to backfire on occasion when statements are taken out of context. However, the event also served to demonstrate his incredible resilience. It is because of his ability to lean into comedy and honesty that he has remained a revered character in the country music industry. He has handled difficulties in the past as a judge on American Idol, such as disagreements about his critiques of candidates. The Mind of a Country Boy tour, which will continue to sell out, will include additional dates in New York, and his participation on American Idol Season 24, which is scheduled to begin airing in the beginning of 2026, will continue to be guaranteed. Fans appear to be moving on, as evidenced by posts on, and anticipation is rising for his upcoming track, which has been hinted at being a collaboration with an unknown former American Idol contestant. As a result of Bryan's great connection with his fans, many of them saw his words as a small blunder rather than a deal-breaker. Bryan's ability to weather the storm is a reflection of this deep connection. Bryan also came up with an inventive reaction in response to the debate that occurred in upstate New York. At the beginning of his performance in Albany on June 7, 2025, he began with a tongue-in-cheek cover of Sweet Home Alabama, in which he switched the lyrics to Sweet Home Upstate New York, which was met with applause from the audience. Bryan's extraordinary ability to transform criticism into a moment of connection was demonstrated by the gesture, which was extensively shared on. Final thoughts. The moment that went viral in which Luke Bryan expressed his disdain for upstate New York was a typical example of a celebrity remark that went poorly, and it was compounded by the speed and reach of social media. Despite the fact that his remarks about cows and cold and Narnia generated anger, they also provided residents of upstate New York with an opportunity to appreciate the allure of their geographic region. Even though Bryan's apology was not without flaws, it was clear that he was conscious of the impact he had on his audience and that he was dedicated to them. As he continues his tour and his time on American Idol, the episode serves as a reminder that even jokes with good intentions can spark unforeseen controversies. Yet, if the appropriate response is given, these controversies can also become chances for personal development and connection.